G'day everyone, welcome back. Today we are hopefully doing a paddock test with the bar today. Jake's coming out, or should still be coming out, and we're going to drop that in the ground. Going to learn all about it. But first off, we made this frame up. Whoop, no, it's fine now. We made this frame up yesterday. That holds the dry dock taps, and that goes on the liquid cart. We just need to finish it off. We need to get a backing plate. Need to drill some holes, and then we can take it down, get it all kitted up, and start putting some hose on, and then we can probably fill it. So let's get into that. The bar is all done, the tractor's all done, the liquid system has just got us to finish off. This here is Afgri. They ordered the parts for the oil cooler and all the boxes came, but then the only thing that didn't come in the box was the oil cooler. So they still need to put that on. And then you can see this here, this is a snorkel system that goes up the top there because especially in a dry year when the wheels are going around, those, where are they? I think there's one on the ground here. No, can't see it. Those on the these covers here just block up with chaff, with dirt, with dust, and your fan is really restricted. And you clean it off, and straight away, as soon as you get going again, it blocks. Oh, there you go, that there. So that's what we're still waiting on that, but we'll still be able to paddock test today. So we're going to chuck on the our assembly, and then we're going to see if we've got enough hose to make everything work, and yeah, go from there. Just let it go back. Easier if I want such a long rod. That's heavy. That is our manifold. You can see we're still waiting on one more part. Jake's bringing that out for us, so that goes there. And you'll see over here we've got a little bit extra. We are going to plumb into the flush water tank, which is just there, so we can just bring our fire in along and hook it into there and fill it up. Now these dry dock taps, the other one needs to click into here, pushes in this button here, which then means you can then open that tap, and then she opens and closes, and you can't open these taps, take the tap off without the other one being closed as well. It's just a major safety feature so that no one gets Flexion on them, and no one can accidentally open this up and Flexion come out. So the next thing we're going to do is obviously plumb the hose up to the tank. Now we obviously need a heat gun for that, but we don't have a gen set to get the heat gun down here. We do have my ute, so we're going to try heating with the exhaust and just see how that goes. If that doesn't work, we'll bring the big gen set down, but we're just going to move the truck out the way to get that. I'm not too sure this idea is going to work. I think we're just going to be going and get the gen set so we can just heat it normally. It's not as hot as what we would like back there. We have got it plumbed up as much as we can, so we're just waiting on Jake so that we can get that last fitting in here. We'll put that one on. Now I only have hose clamps for one of them, so I need to get 3 more hose clamps for these. They'll be fine for now. We're only going to be testing with water. So yeah, Jake should be here in about 20 minutes, and yeah, we'll finish this job and hopefully go drop this in the paddock. just chucked this one on as well. So I've cut, I hope I've got enough. I cut extra to make sure I did have enough, so I reach. Jake's here now, so we're going to get this over, and hopefully I've got the right fittings over there that I can fill this with some water, because we do need to test the liquid system. And then once we've filled the liquid system up, we can then test the bar out. Moment of truth for the whole thing. So we've got to go in that way. We're going to be filling through here. I'm not going to be putting 12,000 litres in. I'll probably put a couple, and that should be enough to do our testing. On. Now I have put oil in and put fuel in, so it should be right to roll. Come on. We are getting fuel to the bowl, so it should be firing. Not sure why it's not. Well, the spark plug's good. Well, I figured out what it was. So these engines have got a low oil sensor. That means that you can't run it when there's no oil in it, so it's a safety mechanism. I topped it up till it was overflowing when I was at the shed. When I brought it down, where the truck's on an angle, so it looked like there was no oil on the dipstick, and yeah, put some oil in it so I could read it, and look at that, it's running. Let's see how it's going. Oh man, I hate these fittings that were given to us. I'm gonna have to go back to them and replace them. Like I said a couple of videos ago when we were doing it, that they were the parallel threads, and it just doesn't work. And you can see they are leaking like a sieve on that one. I'm not happy at all. These ones here are okay. That one there is leaky a little bit, but yeah, I'm not happy about that. The thing's moving away from me. Alright, so you gotta remember that when we do go to do this come seeding, this is gonna be back on an angle because of the way that we turn, and that's how we go. So chuck that one there, turn that tap on, that tap on. That's now letting that one all go through, so we'll fill this up with water now. Alright, I've just got it on idle for the time being, just making sure that everything's working. It's all going to go in nicely. I can hear it going in. If we climb up our step at the back here, we have a look in. We're filling. Bloody beautiful. Alright, I got, well, 1,000 litres in there. Obviously the angle of it, there's still a little bit left in the back there. 1,000 litres should do, so I only filled the one, but let's test out our air. So it's going through, and then this should nearly all be empty. Turn that off. Look at that. Now I know what you're saying. Well, first of all, our air here is just gone empty, so we use that tank pretty quick. But I know what you're going to be saying. Just be careful not to pop your tank. But see at the top there, we've got 1, 2, 3. Those are breathers, so blowing air in, there's no issue at all. And now, this thing is nice and light, which is just amazing. So glad that worked. So things are happening. So a lot of updates needing to happen in the screen, activation codes, things like that. At the back here, you'll see we've got our lovely liquid working. We had a few hydraulic hoses that were loose, so we had to tighten them. A few of these are all push fitting connectors. A lot of them were loose, so we've just had to push them all together. So yeah, this is the equivalent of 95 litres a hectare at 8 k's an hour. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think Jake's going to do a section test now to make sure that section 1 matches up with section 1, section 2, and so on. Eventually we'll get out and we'll sink it in the ground. Obviously we've got to learn folding the auger out, calibrating, things like that. And we don't have any product here to calibrate, but there we go. Section 1. Yep, section 1. So section 2 should... Section 2 is section 3. So we're going to swap that. So having sections misaligned like that, that's no issue. This is the first time that this system has actually been operated. So the guys haven't been able to check it yet. So it's just as simple as changing a few things over there. So we'll continue going through. Yep, section 4. So we'll continue going through. 5. Section 6. Section 7. And section 8. So they're all good, except for 2 and 3 need to swap around the other way. And then once we've done that, which I'm pretty sure he just does on the screen, is that? So I was changing those hoses down there just so it matched. So we had section 2 and section 3 around the right way. We've then gone and done a section test, and then that's adjusting these knobs here. So you turn all your sections on, turn one section off, then your pressure needs to read the correct value. So it needs to be like 1.8. Some of them are up at 2, some of them are down at like 1.5, so I just had to adjust them a little bit. And now we are nearly ready to go and do, well, I think we're going to fold out now. And we're going to go and head out into the paddock. Righto, we have gone over folding the auger out, putting that in and out, calibrating, everything like that. So we're just going out and just going to give it a go in the paddock. I probably won't film. Yeah, I didn't film that. I probably won't film this stuff either. I'll probably go for a drive this afternoon by myself or with Henry, and I'll film that and show you guys that. Just because at the moment I'm learning, Jake's learning. It's a whole thing. So we'll get out there and keep going. When I last spoke to you guys, I think it was about 11 o'clock. It is now 4:15. It hasn't been the best of days. There has been an electrical gremlin that is plaguing this bar, and God, am I that sunburnt, or is that just the way it's showing up? Anyway, turns out what it is the second receiver. So we've got a receiver on the bar there. It's something to do with that, and the plug, the harness, something is going on there. They think they've got one in town, so hopefully someone's out tomorrow, and we should be good to have it operating tomorrow. I will put it in the ground for you now because we've disconnected that, and I'll show you. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'll show you the screens. This is why I've got two screens. So that down there, that controls our packing pressure. That's the tines, everything like that. So I can have it on really high pressure, medium pressure, low pressure, and I can determine that. I can choose what I want. Then up here, so this is all the bins are turned on, and that's how many kilos are in the cart. So as you can see, it's empty. These here are our blockage monitors. So if I click on that, we then get a graph that comes up, and it shows you what's going on, you know, how much stuff's coming out, if it's right, if it's correct, everything like that. Next is, so that's the liquid cart. Liquid cart's controlled by a foot pedal. I thought it was foot pedal just to turn it on, and then it was controlled off tines, so height wise for on off. It's not. So if I drive now with the master on, so if you get a block, say, and you're driving around, don't turn that master off, you're going to drip liquid all over the ground. Yeah, and then section control, I don't know, it's something we've got to figure out on that. I wasn't too happy about that, so hopefully they can figure that out and get a height sensor that goes on the back there to do that. What else is there on this screen? Obviously you got your steering, everything like that. So there's just a lot going on for the guys to learn, to keep watching and make sure everything's working right. So I'll turn on my auto steer, and we should why are you telling me there's a road switch? I haven't hit any road switch. Ugh, this case, I tell you. Field road. I'm gonna have to figure out what this stupid road switch is, and then I'll try and put this thing in the ground for you and show you guys what it looks like. Pretty sure I figured it out. It's because that receiver is disconnected back there. It knows that receiver is disconnected, so it's telling me I can't turn my auto steer on. It's going on the case, but it's not going on the John Deere. I will just hand steer this. There's nothing wrong with good old hand steering. So, I'll turn my fans on. We've got to have our fold on as well. We've got a lot of things on. And then I'll go forward. I will go forward, like so. And then I should be able to put my tines in the ground. So I'm just going to hand steer. Now it's just going to tell me all this sort of stuff on the screen. So the hang on, let me turn close window monitor. The biggest thing is well, one thing I noticed, not a single worry about horsepower at all. Not needing to worry about that one single bit. No, she's still operational, but I can't do auto steer because that receiver at the back isn't available.
Right, yeah. If you got...
Jake was just telling me how I can get my auto steer working, but I'm not too fast. Tomorrow they're going to fix this, and we should have our auto steer back up and running. So we won't look at my wobbly line, but what we will look at is how well these tines travel. So on the Borgo, so this is a tram line. This is the tram line. This is the one that the boom spray's on. It's a much deeper tram. Now with the Borgo, what would happen is the way that was set up is here on either side would seed in the ground, and then on the top here it would just scratch along the surface like that. So let's have a look at the back here, and I'll show you how much better this tine setup is. So you can see right here is the line we're on, and it's nice and crumbly. That's my soil, but there you go. That's the fert tine, that's the seed shelf, and it is just it follows so much better. It is just so much nicer. So there you go. That's what she looks like. So yeah, it is. I'm very happy with the bar. These gremlins happen. It's the first bar that's of this type in WA or even Australia, because it's the new type. So they're figuring out these gremlins, which is fine. We're not going seeding today. We're happy to have these sort of issues. It's just like when we started up the thing, we had all these T-pieces on the liquid. They were all loose, so we just tightened them up. But I am very happy with the way the bar is. I'm extremely happy with the tines. We'll see how we go with stubble. We all know it's going to be an issue, so we'll just see how it goes. So the next thing I need to do is obviously figure out my seeding depth, and then we go and we change everything on there like that. So yeah, what I might do is I'll put the camera so you guys can see this going in the ground, and yeah, we are one step closer to seeding. That was travelling at 8.8 k's an hour, so yeah, pretty happy with it. This is only using about 70% horsepower, so obviously you've got to take in mind that that'll have more weight on it, but you know, it's a rolling weight, so it's nothing to be scared of. I've got no concerns with that case. I know a few of you were concerned and saying I'm going to have to chip it and do all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to need to do that. She's going to be fine. But yeah, we've done a paddock test. I'm happy with it. A few little gremlins to fix, sort out, but yeah, she's going to be a beast come seeding. Well, with that, folding it up, I'll get it back in the yard, fold it out so that whoever comes out tomorrow can work on it. So there's this harness thing that needs doing, the oil cooler needs doing, cameras they're putting in the bins, and I think that's nearly about it. It needs a pressure wash. It's got transport wax all over it, so they're gonna give it a wash. But yeah, it is nearly ready for us to be throwing product in and testing it and doing all that, which I'm very much looking forward to doing. I can't wait for seeding. Get started. We've got this new gear, test it all out. We do need to do a few things to that truck now that we've got some leaks on there. Not sure what I'm going to do to get those pipes off now that I got them on, but we'll figure that one out. So yeah, look, I know I didn't show you guys much of the I guess the walk around or whatever you want to call it, the handover, but I was never going to show you the handover because no one likes having a camera stuffed in their face and doing it, and I'm also just learning myself as well without trying to get the camera in the right spot. So I will show you guys obviously more when it comes to seeding and how this thing operates and all the stuff that goes on in this screen, because it is really cool, and it is pretty high tech, all the stuff we've got in there, how it's all controlled and what you can do with it. So I'm looking forward to learning that side and then showing you guys that side. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe, give it a like, give it a share, and I'll catch you in the next one.